Yo, what's up? We got the nice trees going on today. Look at this beautiful sunshine and this tree silhouette. So I'm making, it's beautiful, man. The sun. So making another video. Just kind of want to tell you what I'm up to. So I mean, I'll be real with ya, be honest with ya. Money has been on my mind. It's been on my mind. Business and money and whatnot, it's very sticky kind of topic. I don't know. I mean, it is for me, you know. A lot of people have these, like I said in my last video, a lot of people have these, interesting connotations towards money, relationships with money. But look, dude, here it is. Like, I know I have value to give. I know I have wisdom to give, and I've already proved to myself that is the case, because people come to me for guidance and my own thoughts. People come to me for whatever, you know, and I within myself have conviction that what I'm doing, what I have done, has been something of great value and something that is needed in this world. So there it is, man, laying it on the table there. This is not arrogance, this is discernment. Yeah, this is self-belief, this is self-worth, and that's the truth. So, you know, gotta make money somehow. So I'm turning this into money. But I want to do this in the most authentic way. You know, I don't want to fucking sell out. So I've been thinking about ways and what to do this. And if you want to, first of all, what I got set up already, if you want to have a chat with me one-on-one about literally anything, then the link is in the description, the top link in the description. So check that out. Come chat with me about anything you want. Around awakening, processing emotions. We could meditate. We could fucking whatever. Just talk about life and being human and whatever you want. Existential shit, spiritual shit. I'm down for it. So, I know that a lot of people often say that it's like this path is lonely, this journey is lonely, and it is really valuable to find someone that has gone through the same shit you're going through and who's found solutions or whatnot. And a lot of people say that to me in the comments and in messages with these videos. So if you think you can get any more value from having a one-on-one call with me, then there it is. The opportunity is there. So the link's in the description. Here I am selling myself. No, but this is authentic to me. I appreciate having one-on-one conversations. That's how I work best. It's how it works best. Either I'm just talking to myself on the camera or I'm talking just with one person. It's like that seems to be the best or whatever. And so yeah, there's that. And at the moment I'm compiling I'm going through all my voice recordings over all the years. You see, when I started making these videos around late 2019, I'm pretty sure it was around the same time where I also started just kind of going for walks and just talking into my phone, doing exactly what I'm doing here, but just, audio instead of video. And these recordings, mostly were more personal than this. They were for me. They were for my own processing. This was for that as well, especially when I first started. These videos were also a part of me just trying to figure shit out, kind of journal. But the audio ones, the voice recordings, very much, or even more personal. And were not intended to be shared. But I'm gonna share them, dude, because obviously I'm not gonna share every little bit of it or all of them, because there is some kind of privacy and protection that I want to still have. It's like sometimes I'm talking about my relationships, and I use people's names, and I go into great detail, and it's like obviously I'm not gonna fucking share it so it's so private. You know what I mean? Like, not everything needs to be shared, but I do think that these voice recordings that I have can be of great value. I think they're very valuable to have for people to hear, because it's a lot of what I talk about in these voice recordings is I'm talking about awakening and all this kind of stuff when I'm in the midst of it. And you can hear that in my energy. You can hear like the frustration in seeking, and you can hear all this kind of stuff, and people value that. I think it's valuable to know that you're not alone in this path. This is something that happens. I think there's so much that humans experience, but as a whole, as a society or a culture, we don't explicitly put it out into the open. And so we go about life thinking that these things that we're experiencing are unique to us. We think like, oh no, I'm the only one experiencing this. Or, it's like, not many people experience this. I must be different. I must be not good enough. I must be wrong, or in all these ways. But it's just like, actually, most likely, everybody experiences things like this or similar, or at least there's quite a fair more people than you imagine that are actually experiencing very similar things, and that are going down the same kind of path, because it's all universal anyway. Like, we're all humans, so what is true for you is true for me and true for everybody, because truth is truth. So so I think it's like, I genuinely have conviction in myself that that didn't sound very convincing, did it? No, but I'm trying to word this right. Yeah, I think that what I have, I don't even know how to say it, use the words for it, explain it. basically what I'm trying to say here is that the awakening process is a real process. And I think a lot of us on the path, this path of awakening, whatever you want to call it, because it's not put out there into the open in like the mainstream society and culture, then there's always this like second guessing, especially when you're just like kind of beginning the path. It's like, am I really doing anything here? Or am I just kind of deluding myself? It's like, is anything really happening here? Or am I just like fucking just like living in imagination? It's like, is awakening even a real thing? And so I think the voice recordings I have here is genuinely valuable because it's like you can kind of see that process in real time. And here I am trying to sell your shit. But no, it's like there's been many times when I'm recording my thoughts via audio where I have thought like, what I'm saying here is of great value to people. Like, people really need to hear this. Like, people need to hear this. Why is what I'm talking about here, why do I not hear that enough when I'm in the world watching things or listening to people? What the fuck? And that's my thought process, you know? It's like, what I'm saying here is of fucking value here. And you see, a lot of the time in the past, I would think this is like arrogance, and I would think like, oh, I can't show that, you know, I can't say that, I can't express that, you know, openly, that like, oh yeah, what I have to say is valuable, what I have to say is beneficial, you know, about these kinds of things, about society and about whatever else. So I used to think that that's kind of arrogant, and it's like only really now am I starting to see it's like, I don't want to fucking live that way anymore, of second guessing myself, of lowering my self-worth, you know? Because like, think about it like this, it's like, when you're watching someone that you admire, that inspires you, and they're talking about, say, some stuff that is very like outside the mainstream, and it feels very true to you, feels like it resonates with you, and you have no problem with kind of expressing to other people that this person that you watch is inspires you and has great value, you have like no hesitation to express that. But when you have your own thoughts that are similar to this person that you're inspired by, that you genuinely think like, oh yeah, what I'm thinking here has some value, can be beneficial to other people if I spoke that out loud. When you start having those thoughts, it's like there's no difference there, you know? It's like you're backing all these people that you're inspired by, but you're not backing yourself, you know? And it's like, I don't want to fucking keep doing that shit, dude. Like, I'm fucking good, man. I'm fucking great. And that's not arrogance. It shouldn't be arrogance. We should all be feeling like this. We should all be feeling like we're our own sovereign being that has fucking great worth, dude, you know? What, like, we've been taught in society to have a low self-image of ourselves, have low self-esteem, low self-worth. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And I think the reason why is because this is how society is able to manipulate us, makes us docile and easy to move about in the ways that want us to, because then we go like, oh yeah, you know, like I'm not good enough. Oh, but you know, society says if I do this, then I'll be good enough. So we just become a slave to, or a puppet to society, as a puppeteer. It's like, you know, because we're not reclaiming our own power and our own sovereignty and our own self-worth, you know. You know, we've been taught so much to have these thoughts of like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, it's too hard, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then we start playing the victim game, and we start blaming other people, we start blaming society and culture. And, you know, of course, it's like I'm not immune to this either. It's like, you know, like I've been talking about, you know, fuck society all the time in a sense, you know. But, yeah, you know, we start playing this blame game. It's like, oh, yeah, society's bad, you know, society made me this way, my parents made me this way, my teachers made me this way. It's like, but when you do that, you're giving up your own power and responsibility. And this is nothing really new, you know. I mean, everybody should be knowing this. And you see, you can still probably have like a negative connotation on, you know, the way we've been conditioned by society and the kind of delusion that we've been conditioned with. You can still have a kind of healthy amount of like frustration towards that, yet still not make that your victim, still not blame them, still have your own sovereign responsibility, you know. So it's not like one or the other. It's like, okay, society's a bit fucked, it fucked me up, sure, but if I'm gonna keep blaming it, then it's like, I don't, like, do you want to live your life, man? Do you want to live your life? It's up to you. It's up to you. So there's just some thoughts. So yeah, get keen for that. Of course, again, like I was talking about money, it's gonna have a price tag on it. But if you have valued any of these videos, then I think you'll greatly value the voice recordings that I have. And I've got fucking tons of them, dude. Like, so many over the years. And they're all very long, like 30 minutes to like, usually like 30 to 60 minutes on average. And yeah, so I'm gonna make them special. I'm gonna package them in a special kind of way, and it's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be freaking sick. And I'm gonna package them. I've literally just had this idea today, but I'm fucking rolling with it because it feels like a good idea. But I'm gonna package it in different kinds of ways, so you can like download it from each month of each year. You can download each year, you can download the whole thing, or you can download like the themes. I'm gonna like put them in themes of like, you know, download this package is like, have like a few MP4s of each raw voice recording, and they're gonna be categorized in themes of like loss and grief and like awakening and freedom and truth and whatever, you know. So I think it's gonna be sick. I'm excited. So be on the lookout for that. I'll keep you updated. And another thing I want to say, because I've been thinking about money, is I was thinking of starting up a online community. So people like yourself and me and everybody who comments and watches these videos can come to a space where we can just fucking talk about shit like this. You know, I haven't thought too much about this, but yeah, please let me know in the comments if this sounds like something you would like to see, because I can, I want to gauge like the kind of demand for this, because I get a lot of comments saying that, yeah, like this path is lonely. And it's like, I wish I had someone to talk to about this. And it's like, I wish I was friends with you. I wish we could meet in person. And so I think, well, let's fucking get together, dude. Let's connect, And if you're anything like me, which most likely you are because you watch these videos, then you probably have some reservations towards connecting and towards being in a community, because you're like, man, society fucked me up so much. I can't do this. And you want to be alone, and you have this kind of cynicism and misanthropy. That's like, I fucking understand that completely. So yeah, it's understandable if this feels like, I don't know if I want to be in a fucking community. It seems like, that's not the way to go about it. But yeah, what I found out in my own experience is that lone wolf mentality, that enlightened lone wolf mentality, doesn't really work out in the long run. And again, I'm not bashing that at all. I think it's really valuable to have phases in your life and periods in your life where you are having a lot of solitude, a lot of time to reflect and contemplate and inquire into not just your personal life and your personal story, but also, like the existential and spiritual questions, like what even fucking am I, and what is reality? What's the truth? What's actually going on here, As you know. But again, like, there's also time when we need to connect as well. And like I said in my video called Magic Mushrooms as a Cure to Social Anxiety, in that video I talked about how basically, like, most of our problems can be cured from connecting more and opening up with one another more. Most of our problems come from, I think, feeling very lonely and feeling disconnected from one another and feeling misunderstood. And so it seems to me like this is a good thing, And again, like myself, I am more introverted. I do spend more time alone than I don't. But also, I have phases where actually that isn't the case at all. And I think ultimately it's like, when you get into spirituality and this whole awakening thing, it's like, yeah, you're, to begin with, and for a lot of it really, it's gonna feel like you want to get away. You want to get away from everything because everything feels bullshit. But I think in the end, like, ultimately, what is spirituality about? What is awakening about? Because really, like, it's like you're always still going to just have this body and mind. So it's like, what are you going to do, If you've become enlightened, do you still want to just sit down doing nothing? I mean, you can if you want, but it's like, do you want to? Like, what do you actually want? And I think this body is wired to want to live life, dude, to fucking get out and socialize and experience new things and experience life, dude. Like, spirituality is not, like, in the end game, really, is spirituality about being this Zen monk for your entire life? Or is it about experiencing all the riches of life, all of life, all the details and all everything, Because in my own experience, and I see this as well, and a lot of people experience this, spiritual bypassing. What is spiritual bypassing? Basically, it's using spirituality as a way to deceive yourself and avoid doing the things that you know is good for you and is actually authentic to you. So, and this is what I have struggled with a lot in the past, but I don't really feel like I struggle with it much anymore. It's something, it's when you're like, okay, I want to get enlightened, right? I want to get enlightened. I want to meditate all day long and get enlightened. And all this worldly shit doesn't matter. And again, there can be like great truth in that, and you can hold that as like a great reverence. That can be a very helpful part of your journey, for sure. I'm not dismissing that, you know. It's like, again, there are phases where it's like, you can definitely be like, no, you look, like, not much is changing, and I really want to fucking get into this renunciation and like lock in this awakening shit and like meditate all day long, whatever. But at the same time, again, what is authentic for you in your life now? Because in the past, for me, just speaking from my own experience, in the past, it has been, there were these authentic desires coming up, like, oh, I want to create, I want to make films and videos, and I want to make music, and I want to go out and interact with more people. And I saw it all as a distraction from the direct path of awakening. I saw it all as a distraction, because I was like, I don't want to, it's like, what's really important for me? It's the truth. I want to get to the truth. I want to get to the bottom of things directly. No more fucking screwing about. I want to do this. And so I saw all these other things as distractions. Creating, making art, distraction. No, like, it's just spreading my time and too thinly, and going out into the world and socializing and trying new experiences and trying to develop myself in all these different other areas and showing up in the world, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, it's all distraction. And again, like, there is some truth to that, but at the same time, it's like, are you just saying, because for me, I was just saying, like, oh, this is a distraction, an avoidance of myself and the truth. But actually, that was a deception. I was deceiving myself into thinking it was a distraction, when actually I was just afraid to do these things, because it meant hard work, physically and emotionally and mentally, to do these things. It's fucking hard to go out, show up in the world, to socialize. And I just want to say that it's like, I'm not really knocking this. When it's like, if you really, like, again, like, I see the nugget of truth in everything. When I was in that phase where I was like, I don't want to keep distracting myself from this shit, I'm on the fucking hot and narrow pursuit of enlightenment. Like, for sure, there's fucking truth in that, 100%. That if I really ask myself and be genuine, what's really important, then it's like, in my mind, it always comes back to, it's like this enlightenment thing, this, keep exploring this awakening thing and spirituality or whatever else, it's like, this is always going to be the most important thing, And so, yeah, in a sense, it's like, yeah, everything else is a distraction, but you can synergize, if that's even the right word, I don't even know what that word means, but you can bring together both aspects. And what path is authentic to you? Because I think oftentimes we just look at some kind of spiritual teacher or whatever that we're inspired by, and we think like, that's the way, how they teach it is the way to enlightenment. But everybody's wiring is different. Everybody has a unique upbringing and a way of working. So what works for one person may not work for another. One person to get enlightened, and again, it's like, we can talk about what enlightenment even fucking means, it's a whole other topic, it's like, but let's just forget about that for now. It's like if you, like, one person may be able to get enlightenment by literally just sitting still most of the day, every day, and watching their breath. For another person, it's not going to do shit. For another person, maybe their path is actually going out into the world and doing shit. And for me, I've tried a lot of different shit, and see what feels like very genuine for me. And I guess there's a lot of kind of different ways that feel genuine for me, but one big one is kind of the emotional path to awakening. See, a lot of people, they could just like do Vipassana, body scanning or whatever, and it's this very technical kind of precise thing where it's just like, I'm just going to do the technique, and that could work for them. But for other people, awakening perhaps can take a more emotional path where you wake up through basically doing like shadow work and really investigating your own like emotional life and your own like emotional story and your own. Does that make sense? And that's kind of a big part that has played in my own experience. Like purging shit emotionally, like crying a lot and journaling, And again, there's, I think skin the cat are all different sides, like try concentration meditation, try insight meditation, try journaling, try cathartic crying, try a lot of different shit and just see what is the best for you. But yeah, the reason why I say this is because there's this whole thing of like, I guess like Tantra. And I don't really know much about Tantra. But I think, this word has connotations with like sex and whatnot. But I think Tantra is actually basically awakening through the path of facing your fears, really. Facing your triggers, right? This is what it is. It's Tantra, from my own understanding, which is very incomplete, I don't know. But Tantra seems to be that you awaken through consciously and voluntarily getting triggered and working with that trigger in a kind of very meditative way, where you watch this trigger come up and you don't react to it, you accept it with love, and you kind of transmute it and get it out of your system, because like, think about it like this as well. It's like imagine like all you do to get awakened is like meditate all day, and it's like maybe like, you have a fucking shift and you're enlightened or whatever, and then you go out into the world, your triggers are still going to be there, but every time it comes up, it's going to get released. Perhaps, I'm just fucking speculating. I'm just like talking whatever. But so, you may be like enlightened or whatever. But then it's like 10 years down the line, you go into this situation in life and, you know, something triggers you and it brings up this thing and it's like, oh shit, I feel so contracted in the ego and whatever. And it's like, am I even land? What I'm really trying to say here is, like, you know what I'm fucking saying? Like, you can go out into the world and get triggered in a way that you can actually consciously handle and transmute it and let go of it, you know? Because there's no use from getting triggered and it like reinforcing the self and reinforcing your suffering. Because that just perpetuates the suffering and the self. But if you can go out into the world and get triggered and consciously face your fears and know what's actually happening in your body mind and not take it so seriously, then that is a fucking great path of awakening. And so let's like go full circle and take this back, because I'm talking about community, right? So let me know in the comments if this seems like something that you want to see, where we can get together in this online space and kind of show up in the world. You know, I don't really know how this is gonna work, but yeah, we could have like live calls, or you could just like journal your thoughts and like just connect with like-minded people and shit. I think it's good. I think it would be good, man. So I'm thinking of this website called Skool, SKOOL, and yeah, it's kind of like I guess it's kind of like a social media kind of thing, like Facebook or something, where it's like you can have posts, and then there's like these categories of like yeah, it's like these categories of like, we could have like a category of like health, the category of awakening, a category of personal growth or whatever. And you can, you know, make a post and receive comments, and there's also like a classroom and like a courses section, and there can be like a live Q&A and shit. This is just the stuff that I've like come across when researching on this, but I think it's interesting, you know. I'm not I haven't made up my mind completely about this, but I just want to put it out there. If anyone resonates with this and is thinking like, oh yeah, that sounds like something that would be good, so comment down if that sounds like would be good for you. So that's just what I wanted to talk about in this video today. And like, I guess the last thing I want to say is like, I'm not fucking selling out, you know. It's like, I'm talking about money here. I'm thinking of ways of how to make money, you know, because I want to fucking live a good life. I want to do what is most authentic for me and be able to have the money to live the way I want in order to, you know, like live in accordance to my best values, which can also help serve other people and contribute to the world, you know. And, you know, we all gotta fucking make money somehow. And it's like, the best way to do that is to follow your passions and figure out how to make money with that. And this is what I'm trying to do right now. And it's like, I don't know how other people feel about money, you know, directly, but in my own experience, yeah, there's this whole thing of like, it's like, oh, this person's selling out now. It's trying to like sell me a course or something, trying to sell me something. It's like, oh, he's not doing it for free anymore. He's like trying to manipulate me and whatever. Look, dude, it's like, I can't go against my values. I can't stray too far away from them. I'm always going to come back to it, you know. if I make mistakes, like I'm always going to come back to these values of like truth and love and freedom, and fucking try my best in staying in those values, because it's what everybody values, you know. And I'm not someone who can really deceive myself as much as a lot of other people can. And again, that may sound arrogant or whatever, but look, I'm just like saying how it is. So yeah, it's like I'm gonna just keep doing what's authentic to me, but also it's like I recognize and acknowledge that if you want to make money doing what you love, you have to fucking learn business and marketing and sales. And this is something I've always been hesitant about, because I was like, this feels so inauthentic, so fake, so bullshit. It's like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. I'm not marketing or whatever, trying to sell shit. Fuck that. Seems so fake. But so yeah, just now in my life I'm trying to figure out how to market, sell, and all this shit in the most authentic way possible. And I'm just being honest with you here, you know. It's like I'm gonna say it straight, man. Like, I want money. Everybody wants money. It's not a bad thing to say. And this is something that I personally thought that was something bad to say. It's like, oh, you just want money? Money doesn't matter. There's more things important. Yeah, sure, there is more important things, but ultimately it's like, money, don't look at money as just money's sake. Like, money in the right hands can produce like such great contribution to the world. It's really simple as that, you know. It's just that, you know, unfortunately it's like most like kind of, you know, intelligent and humble people in the world are too intelligent and humble to make money, in a sense, you know. It's always people who make money are always the kind of people that are like selfish, you know. So it's hard, man. It's fucking hard. But again, like, anyway, you can't understand what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, with that in mind, if you want to chat about anything, if you want some guidance, or you just want to chill or meditate, then come chat with me one-on-one. Top link in the description. And yeah, dude, we're all gonna make it, bruh. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.